Good evening, everyone. Simtrax Broadcasting is proud to be bringing you the gRaceland Shootout Series for race number 11. Last Saturday at the Nashville Super Speedway, it was all too easy for Ritch Blake in the number 66 car. After a rough performance in the week prior, patience finally paid off. Leading every lap of the race and qualifying on the pole, Ritch Blake set a blazing pace that really gave drivers something to keep in the back of their minds, that the number 66 means business. But not all was lost for the rest of the competition. A few cautions set some of our normal drivers back. Robert Lynch ended up with some damage as well as Daniel Holloway. But the most consistent drivers landed in the second and third place. That, of course, being Adam Robertson and Randy Bledsoe. That was for second and third. All right, let's go ahead and get started on the race tonight. North Wilkesboro, North Carolina is the location, and this is set and drivers are getting ready. Just over half a mile, this track was started in construction in the 1940s. It has been named one of the most unique tracks since the original owners went bankrupt and left an uphill slope on the backstretch and a downhill slope on the finishing end. So what you see here tonight is iRacing sending this track back to the original 1987 state that it was. That way everybody can enjoy. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at what our race info is here for tonight. What we've got as track conditions. No tire limit, 50 laps is what we've got lined up here for tonight. Keep an eye on that track temperature. Over 108 degrees out there, so this thing will definitely get those tires tacked up super fast and in a hurry. I don't expect to see anybody really sliding around a whole bunch out there. I believe I saw Robertson. He ended up sliding around a little bit as well for practice, but so far so good out of him. Already sitting in a third place start here for the practice session. And last practice, I saw them queuing up before Mr. Robert Lynch ended up posting one of the fastest times out there on the pole. So a lot of fast drivers going to really be rocking around the track here tonight as we're taking a look here at Billy Stanley, David Cox, and Mr. Suddeth out there in the 95 machine. So these guys definitely getting their way around. You do see how David Cox is triangulating this turn here a little bit. I want to make sure we got plenty of time to go ahead and talk to the drivers here tonight. But first, let's go ahead and meet them. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Qualifying will start here momentarily. About another 2 minutes of practice here, and these guys will be getting underway here at North Wilkesboro. Fantastic looking track here tonight. Now, a lot of times you do see super late models out here, maybe the trucks. Most of the time you do see the 87s or the open wheels. More of the touring modifieds out here, but these guys are going to go ahead and sling around these super late models here and get them around the track. Take a look at Mr. Suddeth here again. A driver I don't see out here much is actually Matthew Barker here in the 96. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this may be his first race out here tonight, so he should be a newbie starting out here in the Shootout Series. That is okay. Really glad to have him out here in the 96 machine. Looks like he's actually running a little bit of a paint scheme that we see actually Robert Lynch run. And if you're chasing Robert Lynch, you can catch him on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights as well, running with the Coast to Coast Racing League. He does a great job out there. Alrighty. We are going to be underway here in about another 20 seconds. I'm really excited to see what these, what kind of speed these guys can put down out here. And let's see, Kathy Wallace, I see you out there in the chat. Appreciate you coming and joining us here tonight. Hopefully, Billy will be able to do a pretty good turnout here so far. Right now in practice, he is sitting in 8th place. Sitting in pit right now, maybe getting that VR adjusted, making sure he gets a decent drink of water here before we get started on this one. Like I said, 50 laps is what we've got in the books here for tonight. So this is going to stretch a little farther than normal times, but that is going to wrap it up. Qualifying time is coming up shortly. Let's take a quick peek already and see what we had for practice times. You see Austin Evans and Ritch Blake were in the top. So definitely some fast times, and you really I want you to keep in mind right now the top 4. Those guys are squeezed within less than 1/10 of a second here. So they're going to be pretty close here. So we'll see where they end up here via qualifying. Robert Lynch already out here on the track in the number 21 machine. Far so good. Let's see where he is going to put up his first time. Austin Evans with a fast time of an 18:16. Let's see if Robert Lynch has anything to say about it. 18:19. Little trading paints check right there. Make sure everybody's paint job is correct. Ooh, little nudge there on between 3 and 4. I don't know if this is going to cost Robert Lynch the pole. And he runs just, oh man, just a hair slower on that last one. About another 10,000ths of a second off. So these guys are definitely squeezing it nice and close. Last week's winner, Ritch Blake, goes ahead and nails a 3rd place shot. Let's take a look here at the 66 machine. Man, just as I say that, I think Robert Lynch was able to squeeze around on that last qualifying lap, and he nailed it. Posted for the pole. Ritch Blake got 3rd. Richard Sudduth starting actually up in the top 5 at this point. So the 95 machine going to have a heck of a shot, but then the pole is now taken away by Robertson here in the 28, running a super fast lap here. If I were to guess anything at this point, that is definitely some rear brake bias. He is letting that car roll through the turns here. Fast time out of that 28 machine. Let's see how Randy Bledsoe, I believe, in the number 81. He is out there on the track here tonight. Ooh, getting a little loose. New paint scheme for him here tonight. Kind of got that digi camo look. If I'm not mistaken, that is Elvis on the side of his car. Yes, it is. We'll see as it goes by here in the number 81, Randy Bledsoe. Getting ready to turn his first lap here. I would probably guess 2nd or 3rd here on this first run. That is looking pretty quick. 4th. Just about everybody has qualified here so far. Billy right now sitting in 10th. Don't know if Randy Bledsoe can get any faster than that. Oh, man. as he sends it through. I love it. Try to give it everything he's got. Unfortunately, runs an 18:32 right there at the end. Wow. Heck of a run. Definitely sent that right through to the end to make sure he could go ahead and score his fastest time. Out there on the track, Mr. Bledsoe going to go ahead and bring it on into pit lane. Awesome job. Now, I would probably say, I think what you see is how we are going to start here tonight. With Robertson, Lynch, and Austin Evans starting in the front. But let's go ahead and kind of cut away here for just a second. Let's go ahead and get, let's go ahead and get that commercial right out of the way.
Hey folks, Sean Snyder here. I'm so excited. This is actually my wife's car. Mine is covered up over there. But I want to thank Performance Distributors. Look at that. So good looking. And batteries. And all the wires here. I want to thank you for supporting our internal battle at home. Who is faster? Just hang on. We both have the ability to win the race. Why? Because we got the best distributors, batteries, and wires in the business, and we want to thank you for that. But as far as actually winning the race, me. Thank you. Thanks for this. Yeah, thanks for this. Bye.
All right. Got that out of the way. Like I said, appreciate you guys still hanging around with me here so far. I'm pretty excited to see what these guys have to allow here at North Wilkesboro. We're going to go ahead and let's see how these guys are onto the track. I know this is our warm-up session. Good little time to have a chat with our driver, see how North Wilkesboro is getting around here so far. I actually want to see if we can have a chat with our pole setter. Let's see. Let's check him out. Adam Robertson, you got a copy? I'm on, Adam. Talk to me here, bud.
Hey, can you hear me?
There we go. Hey, bud, how's it going tonight?
So good. So far, so good, except for looking at the Tennessee score.
Oh, yeah. Well, how's the track holding up out there for you tonight? I see you ended up getting the pole here tonight. How solid is it for you?
Well, I actually spun out on my first lap, so in the last lap I was coming to the line, it broke loose. I would have probably run a 1790 or something like that, but it's so far so good. It's gonna be slick.
All right, man. Well, I definitely saw during the practice before you guys ended up in this session, Robert Lynch was the fastest one out there at that point in time. Is he going to be kind of one of your biggest adversaries out there?
Yeah, I think he's had one of the faster, like 10 or 15 lap averages. So I think it's going to be him mainly. Once he's better on long run than we are, that's for sure.
All right, man. Well, hopefully, in that case, I'm sure you'd probably appreciate a few cautions here tonight.
I want clean air. Clean air, I mean a lot.
Oh, yeah. All right, bud. Well, I'll let you go ahead and get suited up and get ready because your race time is about another minute.
Thanks, sir.
All right, everybody, there is the 28 of Adam Robertson. We'll see if we can have a little chat with... let's take a look here. How about Austin Evans? Let's have a chat with Austin Evans. Here we go. All right, Austin Evans. Austin, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
All right, man. Dude, how's the track holding up for you out there tonight?
Oh, it's pretty good. I didn't set the fast qualifying lap like I was hoping to, like I did in practice, but, it is what it is. I'll settle for third and see what I can do.
All right, man. Still a third-place finish. That'll start you at least behind the leader, so you'll be able to get that jump start green flag. Kind of what's the key to getting around here fast tonight?
Oh, man, just saving your equipment.
That's it. You're saying so not bumping and banging into everybody. Just try to. Is tire conservation an issue here?
I'm not so sure. We'll have to figure that one out. I didn't see drop off too much. But Yeah, I'm gonna try and stay off of people's bumpers, but it is North Wilkesboro, so that might change.
All right, man. Well, go ahead and give me your shout out since I got you up here.
Oh, definitely. Thanks for Billy having this league, man. But also Philip Temples, he can't be here tonight. But he's one of the big ones, and definitely Ritch Blake. So weren't for those guys, man, wouldn't be here.
All right, man. Ritch Blake winning last week. Hopefully, you take a few notes out of his book at this point, or you guys are swapping back and forth because whatever it is, you guys are getting more and more successful each week.
Yeah, I think it's just learning everybody in the league, and now that we've run so many races, we can kind of expect what happens.
All right, Austin Evans in the number 20 car. Good luck to you tonight, bud.
All right, thank you.
All right, and that is going to do it for Austin Evans. Let me see if we've got enough time to squeeze in somebody else. Let's see. I haven't talked to him before. Let's have a little chat. Rob Yost, you got a copy?
I do, and I even got my mic fixed.
Oh man, look at you! You the man. All right. Well, how's the track holding up, man? Is it, we got 50 laps to go. What's the biggest thing you see? Being a hurdle for you here tonight.
Well, we only have 20 incident points, 50 laps, and she's a little loose and she's a little tight, so I don't think there's going to be much, excuse me, give and take tonight. So hopefully you have enough access to make it to the end.
All right. Do you have any buddies out there on the track you can kind of follow along or trust here tonight?
Nah, every man for himself.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to try to link up with somebody and fight your way to the front, man. Rob Yost, great job. I hope to see you up in at least the top 3 here tonight, but go ahead and give me your shout-outs while I got you up here.
Yeah, I just want to thank Customer Club, Sparkle and Shine out of Florida, all my Rat Pack teammates back home, and see what we can do tonight.
All right, Rob Yost in the 83 machine. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Rob Yost, there he is. So, all right. That goes ahead and squares us up for the grid here tonight. Let's take a look at it. Adam Robertson starting in the front with Rob Lynch starting on the outside. Austin Evans will be starting right behind Robertson in third. Randy Bledsoe fourth. Ritch Blake will be in the 5th position with sudden death. Richard Suddeth here in the 95 machine starting in 6th. Rob Yost starting in 7th. No problem out of him. We had a little chat with him. Matthew Barker into 8th. David Cox, watch out for him, starting in the 9th position. Billy Stanley starting back here in the 10th. Unfortunately, he'll definitely expect to see him chug back toward the front with Greg Myers starting into the 11th position. This all brought to you by Performance Distributors. You don't know, check them out. You can find them on Facebook or up on the web. They got a lot of things going on there between all sorts of ignition systems and even batteries. I know they run the Dynabat, so check them out. I know they about 30 pounds of weight savings for your dragster or race car. We're going to come up here, 1 to go. Once we get past the line, Robertson and Lynch will take us to the green flag. Some of these guys are saying it's loose. Some of them saying it's tight. What do we expect? We'll have to see. We're coming right up on it here tonight. Oh, I'm excited. I am super excited here tonight what we got in store for you guys. Appreciate you joining me here tonight. Here we go. The great Billy Stanley starting in the back. Hopefully we'll see him fight his way forward. I think we're going to see a good bumping and nudging out here to see, who can kind of fight up here with the rest of the boys. I'm hoping not anywhere in the realm of Mr. Suddeth. He seems to kind of get a lot of bad luck and people turn into a magnet when he is on the track. But green flag is out. Barney throwing his shoulder out, and here we go. Adam Robertson toward the front immediately, but we're going to have to watch out for Robert Lynch on the outside, trying to tuck in. Ritch Blake down toward the bottom of the 81, so it looks like everybody's starting to thin out just a little bit and get single file. But Robertson is definitely nervous about Robert Lynch and his tire savings. So we'll see as Robert Lynch is falling back here just a bit by about half a second. So not too bad. Only 1 lap to go, 1 lap down, and we're moving our way up toward the front. Who's not moving up toward the front right now? Ritch Blake kind of sawing back and forth here with that 95 machine. Picking up pace and then kind of sliding back a little bit. Right now, Suddeth has the favorable outside line for that turn exit. And halfway through, so Suddeth holding firm right now on the outside as Ritch Blake is trying to find a lane to work his way up toward the top. Adam Robertson nailing with the fastest time here tonight of an 18:09. But I believe Robertson is around in that car. Now everybody is stacking into him. That is probably if this were not a simulation, that would be a red flag incident here. As we're gonna have to flip Adam Robertson back onto his wheels here, which unfortunately is gonna bring out our first caution here of the night. All right, let's take a look here at Adam Robertson, kind of see what happened as he came off this turn here. And I don't know if the 20 got underneath of him. Austin Evans kind of, may have gotten underneath him. The two of them squared one angle. And the 28 goes around. 20 sneaks out of there, and like I said, like a magnet, Richard Sudduth kind of pops him there. Man. All right. Looks like these two guys nudged each other there a little bit. We'll have a little chat here, actually, with Mr. Sudduth. I want to talk to him a little bit. And, see what is going on out there. I know we get to talk to him just a little bit. Richard Sudduth, you got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
There he is, man. I bet you didn't expect to hear from me.
Lord, no.
All right, man. Well, I've been talking about everybody. You're back out here. Hopefully the magnet has kind of flipped poles here, but that is not to be.
That's right. I was starting not to qualify and just ride around in the back and take it easy, but I did, and I got caught up in Adam's wreck. Luckily, hopefully I didn't get much damage.
All right, well, from the front here, man, you're kind of in the shape of a U. Look like you decided to, almost look like you were hugging a tree here, man, but hopefully that's not going to affect too much of your aerodynamics here. I'm hoping that, this will kind of stay clean. I'd like to see you get a solid top 3 here, Richard.
Well, that would be nice. It'd be my first one of the year.
All right, man, well, hopefully we can kind of clean this racing up for you here, man. That way you can go ahead and get your way across that line in a timely manner.
Thank you. Thanks for an awesome job on our broadcasts and performance distributors and Hound Dog Racing. Let's get ready to go green.
All righty. Good luck, Richard. All right, everybody, there is Richard Sudduth. We talked about just about everybody out here on the track. I was not sure about talking to Mr. Austin Evans or Adam Robertson there. Like I said, he posted his fast time with an 18:09, now starting from the back. Uh-oh. I had a little trouble here. I'm not quite sure what happened. Let me see if I can kind of roll that back. Yeah, like it came around on him. Oof. Not good, as we're going to go ahead and get back under green. Fortunately, Robertson was able to catch back up to the pile. I have seen in some sense when it is one to go, you spin out on the track, they'll hold it for another lap, but they did not. Austin Evans going to go ahead and take away the green flag restart here, seeing if he can outrun Robert Lynch. But we got definitely a pileup back here, kind of in that Billy Stanley, Randy Bledsoe area, and there they go. Billy Stanley around has suffered some serious damage on the back end of that car. And that's going to bring out our second caution here tonight. I know these guys are definitely trying to clean it up here tonight, but it's hard to do when the track is that hot. When it starts getting that, kind of that slicked up and that hot onto the track, it's going to be a lot more difficult to keep them onto the track because they're going to want to really slide around a lot on you. But let's take a look here at the replay. Take a look. Like I said, there was a 3 wide. I thought going. Looks like Billy Stanley nudged the wall. Oof. Yeah, I think Billy may have clipped that wall there a little bit, and that just sent him down the rest of the track. Let's take another look at it from the top. Yeah, may have just turned a little more than he wanted right there. Which I believe that is probably going to bring most of our guys down pit road at this point. Right now, Robertson, Bledsoe, Yost, Matthew Barker, and Billy Stanley are down pit at this point. Probably getting another fresh set of tires and trying it again. Definitely not a good start for some of these drivers, but hopefully we'll be able to talk to some of them here in just a second. Of course, I like talking to Billy Stanley all the time. Billy, you got a copy?
10-4.
All right, man. I know you definitely hate talking to me after a caution. I think you'd rather talk to me after the race, but how's the track holding up for you out there?
It's a little loose for me right now. I need to just settle down, let these tires get warmed up, and just, race the track. Don't focus on these guys.
It looked like a little nudge to the wall. It kind of it might have loosened you up there a little bit right as the pre-race turn, because I think you and actually Randy Bledsoe connected the 8 and the 81. Yeah, that's why I got here on the ticker. Yeah, but so the car's starting to loosen up. You think it's just a tire wear issue, or just kind of a weight transfer problem?
It's just tire wear. I just stand down it too hard, too soon. Should have let them warmed up a little bit before I do that.
All right, man. Well, we're double stacking. We'll be back under green. Billy, go ahead and give me your quick shout-outs here, bud, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you after the race.
Yeah, thanks to Performance Distributors. Thanks to all the fans. And, thanks to you for calling these races.
Yeah, not a problem. Billy Stanley, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Billy Stanley getting back underway as we're back under green. Let's try this one more time. 2 cautions out of the way. Hopefully we'll be able to clean this up here a little bit as Ritch Blake takes a look on the inside of Robert Lynch. Definitely everybody kind of tightening up right there. Look at Robertson sending it on the inside of that number 4 car. Showing here as Greg Myers in the 52. They'll straighten that out next week as he's a new entrant here. Adam Robertson firing on the inside, and that would be the only thing I was nervous about here with the 28 cars, seeing him get as loose as he was coming out of pit and firing around here at this point. Right now, we are looking actually 1 and 2 in the points lead. Robertson actually being in the second place spot as Randy Bledsoe is in the first. So right now, the 28 and the 81 charging their way toward the front as Adam Robertson has just broken into the top 5. Right now, still making a good run for it here is Austin Evans, but I guarantee you, he's looking at that rear view right now because Robert Lynch, all of a sudden, he's coming on strong. So the tires now finally starting to tack up for him, and that 21 car, I think, is going to take a peek right around the outside. Fresh air very limited for the 21 car as Austin Evans cuts him off heading down the backstretch here. So Robert Lynch is going to have to find a new line to figure out how to get around him here. Couple other drivers battling here in the back, 3 or 4 wide at this point. Definitely a shuffle up. Watch out for Billy Stanley. He's watching the 3 wide condition, not quite sure where to go at this point, as it seems to only get double wide. A little bit safer at this point, and Billy Stanley is going to work around David Cox in the 119, but the battle still ensues. Greg Myers and Matthew Barker here, 96 and the number 4 that you see here, right here on your screen. Good little clutch of cars at this point. Already on the ticker, looks like Lynch may have gotten a little loose and has fallen back about a quarter of a second. He was almost rubbing bumpers there with Austin Evans. So I think Robert Lynch may be taking a little bit easier here and trying to see if he can actually kind of let the tire and let the car come to him and let Austin Evans kind of burn his equipment up before he can get there. Definitely solid line by most of these drivers out here so far, but Robertson and Bledsoe now trying to duke it out here for that 5th position. 28 taking it toward the outside, seeing if he can keep the rotation of that car in the favorable position. Definitely a good tumble up here by these guys. It looks like Robertson's now reeling in Richard Sudduth. Sudduth saw him out of the left mirror, moves up the track to give him a little room as he swipes his way through. Robertson not in the mood for checking up. Still holds the fastest time on the track at this point. But I don't know if any of that damage on the front of Richard Sudduth is getting ready to start collecting him up here and slowing him down. Right now, Sudduth's still holding a solid top 5. But the 2 guys of Adam Robertson and Randy Bledsoe, 5th and 6th right now. Robertson back 4 spots, Bledsoe back 2. And we are starting to string out now. I definitely see this going green flag to the end unless we end up with a little bit of a tangle up there. Hard check up there by Adam Robertson. You saw the nose kind of dive down there a little bit as Richard shut the door on him. But as he does that, now the 81 of Randy Bledsoe has snuck the nose in, and now he's going to take that 5th position. but not so fast, Robertson says as he slings out of turn 4, giving a little extra gas to let him know I'm not giving that up so easy. 2 wide here, still coming out of 2, down into 3. Richard Sudduth now jamming up the 81, so now there's nowhere to go. Richard Sudduth will probably roll up the track here, and there we go. So that moves Adam Robertson back to the 6th position. Let's rotate back up here to Robert Lynch, who's still trying to run down Austin Evans here. Boy, look at that turn entry from Robert Lynch. Definitely trail breaking it there. Rolling into the turn, allowing the momentum to go ahead and take it to him. That may cause a little extra stress to these tires, but wow. Yeah, you can see Robert Lynch about about 4 feet off the back side of Austin Evans' bumper here. Whoa. All right, hopefully everything is A-okay. We're kind of chunking a little bit here. Try to see if we can go ahead and keep this live here. I think iRacing at this point is not real happy with what we got going on out here at the track. So far, so good out of 1 and 2. I think Randy Bledsoe's already made his position for 3rd. Sliced his way around, put Sudduth in the background there, which pulls Adam Robertson here into 4th. Ritch Blake now falling back, and I'm wondering if tires are starting to kind of be, really starting to become a factor here as Ritch Blake has fallen back to the 5th position. Richard Sudduth is 6th. Robert Yost in 7th, the 83 machine. Let's go ahead and take a look at Barker here. Barker in the 96, and Billy Stanley's fighting, still trying to see if he can fight his way into the 8th position. But a lot of work by these drivers here so far. All right, let's keep going here. 96 and Matthew Barker back down to 9th. No real big movers of the race so far. Austin Evans into the lead, moved up 2 spots. Billy Stanley has moved up 2 spots as well. Randy Bledsoe up 1, and everybody else pretty much holding tight. David Cox has fallen down 1. Matthew Barker has fallen down 1. And Adam Robertson right now the biggest kind of on the back foot at this point, losing 3 spots here so far this race. So hard to see qualifying for the pole now, sitting here looking outside of a podium position. But he's definitely keeping Randy Bledsoe very, very close, as Robert Lynch is doing just the same here to Austin Evans. But he's trying to get that fresh air here toward the outside. Door is closed once again by Austin Evans. And Austin Evans really running just his line here. Not really, giving any inches here for Robert Lynch to sneak around. But just as I say that, Robert Lynch sends it here. Austin Evans rotates up the track, and I don't know if Austin Evans saw him. That's going to bring out a 3rd caution here as we are broken already over the halfway part of the race. Let's take a look back here, kind of see how this one wound up here. I know these guys are definitely good buddies out here on the track, but I think this has happened once, if I'm not mistaken, back at Rockingham. Oof, they're lucky they didn't dive down that little cutoff right there where you drive onto the track. That could have messed everyone up real bad right there. Let's try to take another look at it from the top. Definitely want to see if there was any kind of a squeeze move here, because I don't know if Rob Lynch, when he came off the turn here, yeah, it looked like Lynch was straight and Austin Evans taking his normal line. Trying to keep on that, look out the windshield move here. And I think that 20 may have gotten up into him. But I always like being able to take a quick look here, even from the inside, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out as we ride with Robert Lynch. Yeah, it looked like you can see Robert Lynch trying to turn that wheel a little bit, trying to see if he can get out of there. Yeah, but good thing he just barely nudges that inside wall. Should be going ahead and square that thing up and get it back out onto the track. But he's got to be quick. So far at this point in time, everyone is pit out onto the track. I believe Richard Suddeth has pit as well. Still a good bit of damage to the front of that car. Pace car lights are out. We spent a little more time in the replay there, just trying to see what happened out there, but that's okay. You know, these guys are going to go ahead and try this one more time. That moves Austin Evans back here to the 11th position, I see. And Robert Lynch right now in the 7th. So far, no cars down a lap at this point. These guys are going to line up next to each other. Rob Lynch. Here we go. Back underway. Ritch Blake seeing plenty of this. Fast on the track. Definitely with a 18:22 was his best time here so far. Fresh tires, so everybody's getting ready to start slicking around and moving a bunch out here on the track. But Billy Stanley sitting here in a podium position in third. Robertson doors him. So the number 8 right now, watch out for him. As Billy, oh man. Billy almost runs out of room, but he makes the room. Pushes the 83's nose down to the bottom into the grass. So Rob Yost having to check up pretty hard there. As you saw him bite the grass there coming out of 2. As Billy Stanley fighting right now into the 6th position. But we just had our fastest time on the track, Ritch Blake with an 18:08. And I believe Mr. Suddeth may have gotten in another wreck here. As we are bringing out our 4th caution. We're doing so well. We're doing so well out there. Let's take a look here at Mr. Suddeth and see what happened here. Oh! Yeah, new tires slicked up on him. Yeah, not too shabby out of that one. So I think he will survive. He'll survive. Richard Suddeth, unfortunately, will dial back to the 11th position, now all the way in the rear. Like I was saying, Ritch Blake set down the fastest time of an 18:08 out there on the track at this point. And so far, so good. Want to see if we can have a little chat, actually, with Robert Lynch. I want to kind of talk to him about that last caution that we had before. Let's see if we can go ahead and grab a hold of Robert Lynch here. Robert Lynch, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, man. Well, we are catching back up with you. I'll talk to you about that last caution here. I think you guys were fighting for the same piece of real estate, and I think he was doing a lot of out the windshield driving. Is that kind of what you saw?
Yeah, because I had to run on him on the outside. And I don't think he saw me, and he come right up into me.
All right, yeah. We definitely took a few laps there, and you look like you started picking up the pace. You know, Austin Evans was nervous about tire wear being a factor here, that you were long-run capable, and that's what we started seeing. You fell off for about half a second there, bud, and then started charging your way back toward the front. But, Robert, right now, man, I got to see you fight back up in the podium. Give me your shout-outs here real quick.
I get ready to go, so I can't really do anything.
Oh, man. All right, bud. Yeah, he gets pretty crunched down. He could have said, Performance Distributors, Billy Stanley, the GRaceland Shootout Series. And we're back we go. See, I even did it there, bud. All right, back green we go. Ritch Blake as he fires around here. Goes ahead and gets out of 2. Right now, points leaders, 81 in the 28 here. 2nd and 3rd. Mr. Consistency himself on the outside. And I believe we got Austin Evans is around again. May it ended up in a 3-wide situation. Fifth caution here. Starting to kind of rack him up at this point. Let's take another look here at Austin Evans. Oh, does the 96 get into him? Yep. 96 and Ace out there got into the back of Austin Evans in the 20. And this may be something to see that some of these drivers who have some damage. Richard Suddeth, once again, another shot. Suddeth has to be pretty careful here. You don't want him getting too many incident points, because Sudduth may be out of the race if he's not careful. But Austin Evans back down pit, getting that car squared away. Ritch Blake still leading this race here. Pace car lights are still on. We're going to go around one more time. Lights are out. Alright, so it looks like they went ahead and single file. Looked like they got him back on, and no sense in continuing to pace it back around and around and around. We're going to go ahead and try one more time. Randy Bledsoe getting that outside slot right now. Ritch Blake seeming to beat everybody on that restart. And that's what we saw kind of as of Nashville. So right now his momentum is still kicking in at this point. He's got 20 laps to get it done here. For Ritch Blake to see if he can bring home a second win in a row. Philip Temples would be proud if he can do that. Philip Temples right now with a 3-race win streak. Was broken last week by Ritch Blake. He wasn't able to show up and wasn't able to show up here tonight. But right now we're looking at Ritch Blake, Randy Bledsoe, Adam Robertson, Billy Stanley, and Rob Yost 1 through 5. Right now under 5, in the 5th position, under fire here by Robert Lynch. Down on the bottom of the 83 of Rob Yost here. Lynch gets the shot. So definitely long term, we're saying that Lynch can hold out. I definitely expect to see him with the hammer down here, seeing if he can slide his way toward the front. Knowing that, over half the race is gone. Caution laps or not, he's got to go ahead and push his way back up toward the front. Looks like a little nudge there. Sudduth's around. No. We'll keep an eye. Yeah, Sudduth could not be happy about that one. Right now, no caution is out. So that's going to put Richard Sudduth down a lap here. I believe Austin Evans may have been kicked here. I think that may be 20 shots for him. I am not seeing Austin Evans on the track. Let's take a look here and see if anything happened. We saw Richard Sudduth fly off the track. But I think the pain continues here. It's up here in the Robert Lynch area. Pace car sitting there. So we saw Sudduth was already down on the infield. Yeah, it looked like the left rear of Billy Stanley hit the grass there. Lynch got into the back of him here. And I don't know if the 83 kind of finishes him off. Ooh, man. 83 of Rob Yost. Good wreck avoidance there for him. Yeah, definitely something to see, guys. Trying his best. I know Billy Stanley, like I said, he seems to get up here in the top 3, and I think people just keep bumping and pushing him around here. I think this is actually, unfortunately, going to set Billy way back. I think that is probably going to set him about that 9th position here. We'll see as it gets it's squared back away. There we go. That slides Billy down into the 9th. But he's only got 15 laps to get it done. We saw what he was doing before. If we had a solid 15 laps here, I think Billy Stanley could fight at least up into the top 5. He's got a tall hill to climb, though. Decent drivers out here with some good luck, hopefully. Looks like Richard Sudduth. He's made it back onto the track. Looked like a quick fast repair on the front nose of that machine. Definitely, I would have figured he would have taken the damage fix earlier. But, he did not. And I can't blame him for it now. He obviously knows more than I do. Because, I thought him not fixing the damage was going to be extremely detrimental to him. But he's been kind of tangled up in about all 3 of these last, cautions here so far, just about. So now Richard Sudduth with almost a brand new car lining up on the outside of Billy Stanley here. Ritch Blake getting the favorable restart just as Barney waves the green flag here. Rob Lynch sliding toward the outside of Rob Yost, sliding going going ahead and putting Rob Lynch into 4th. Ritch Blake doing everything he can to stay out in front of the 81 machine. I'm not sure how long the tire cycling, between the heat on and off, on and off, on and off, what's going to do it here. Yeah, guys out there, if you like iRacing, go ahead and tune in. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe to Simtrax Broadcasting. And don't forget to here at the GRaceland Shootout Series. I know they are always looking for more drivers. I see 11 on the track, but I would love to see about 25 guys out here for a quick little shootout. Like I said, these things last about an hour and a half. And really, it's good pile drive here toward the front. I think North Wilkesboro is just kind of tricking them up here a little bit, but they're always looking for more drivers out there, and I'm hoping to see more as the season goes along. 12 laps to go as we're looking at here. Ritch Blake definitely, I guarantee, is looking out that left mirror because that 81 starting to send it in pretty hard. Coming out of 3 and 4 here. But Ritch Blake leaving that room in case he gets bumped, tries to take that outside line. Right now, the 81 of Randy Bledsoe's got the run. Ritch Blake holding the top. Definitely making sure that 81 doesn't have the turn exit he likes. And you see it work. The 81 trying to exit the turn, and the kind of the rear end's kicking out on him here. We're seeing a battle for the lead, but Robertson's going to try and make a battle here for a second. 10 laps to go. In this one, Robertson dives toward the inside. Here we go. The previous lap time holder, Adam Robertson, in the 28. Gets the shot toward the inside. As Robert Lynch has almost something to say about it here, taking that outside line. Definitely has a good turn exit as well. A lot of speed out of Robert Lynch here in the 4. 21 machine here toward the top, seeing if he can go ahead and give his buddy Randy Bledsoe a good push. Robertson almost loses it there, collects it back up. Which I guarantee you right now, Ritch Blake is loving this. The more they are fighting here in the back, and Rob Lynch is around. Which brings out the caution. Man, if that had stayed green the whole time, Ritch Blake walked away with this one. Because right now, Ritch Blake, the more second, third, and fourth were fighting, the more he was pulling away. Yeah, right now we are thanking all the mechanics of the wheel disconnect, because at this point, I guarantee you, Rob Lynch is about to rip it off the column. Let's go ahead and roll it on back here, take another look at it. We saw it kind of real time, but let's see if we can see another angle here and see what happens. Yeah, definitely a collection point right there. Let's roll it back just a little farther. Because it looks like, I think, 81 had to check up, which Lynch thought he had the room. Robertson rolls up. 81 checks. Right there. Yeah, and Lynch thought they were going to kind of keep rolling. That was the speed difference Lynch didn't see coming. Appreciate both those guys representing me on their cars, the back of each one of them. And the back of Richard Sudduth's car. Each one of these guys have a little bit of Simtrax on their car, and I appreciate that. Out there sponsoring me and sponsoring them as well out there on the car. Really, really appreciate that. I'm beside myself, almost at a loss for words. So here we are, Robert Lynch on the back of his car. Richard Sudduth, back of his. Love it. And let's take a look at Randy Bledsoe. See it up there behind the rear window. Excellent job, you guys. Like I said, I appreciate all you guys out there, even on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You guys out there, even on Hound Dog Racing and the GRaceland Shootout Series Facebook page. Appreciate you coming out there and joining us. I think the real shootout is going to be here right at the end. We're going to go ahead and get our way around one more time. Pace car lights are going to go out. And Ritch Blake is really going to have to make it happen here. Ritch Blake did not pit. And right now, from what I am seeing, Greg Myers, Billy Stanley, Randy Bledsoe, Richard Sudduth, these guys, well, not Richard Sudduth, Robert Lynch, these guys pit back in the late 30s and the 40s. So right now, toward the front, fifth up, his last pit on 27. So everybody should be about even here. And definitely with some of these tangle ups here in the back, I would not want to sacrifice my position here in the front. Let's get a little better angle here. Ritch Blake gets shot off the turn here, and that may be it for him on the race. Like I said, those restarts are pretty crucial there for Ritch Blake in the 66. Away he goes. 28 machine taking a peek toward the inside. Ritch Blake wishing that caution didn't come out, as now Roverson's nudging him. Definitely got to be careful. I know we got a 2 wide situation here in the back, but we are only 5 to go, so we're going to kind of stick up here with Ritch Blake unless Robertson definitely loses a lot of speed, which he does. Ritch Blake having to back up the turn pretty hard, but he shoots through the turn, trying to see if he can gap him at that point, but no dice. Suddeth up into 9th. Billy Stanley in 8th. Robertson not having any answer for him at this point. 4 to go. 3 when we get to the line. These guys are trying to get around here. Matthew Barker got a little loose getting out of that turn there. Lost some time to Rob Yost. So I don't know if he has enough time to squeeze his way into a podium finish here. Check out Randy Bledsoe. He's almost drifting around the track here at this point. Fought his way into 6th and still battling up toward the front. Watch Richard Suddeth in the 95 machine to kind of follow along here with the 81 and see if they can push their way toward the front. I think Randy Bledsoe's about to have 5th position here momentarily. There he does. And he's going to try to go for a 2-for-1 here on the backstretch coming out of 4. Looks like Randy Bledsoe up into 4th position at this point and still charging. White flag is out. Let's rotate up to Ritch Blake because this is the lap that matters. Ritch Blake holding off for Adam Robertson, bringing home a 2nd win. 2 weeks in a row here. Gets his first last week, his 2nd this week as Ritch Blake passes here at North Wilkesboro. 50 laps in the bag. I wasn't sure if he was going to have it here, but there he goes. Robertson in 2nd. Rob Yost comes in 3rd. Billy Stanley back here in the 9th position. David Cox, I haven't seen him place as high as tonight. This must be his track here as he is placed in the 6th, just outside the top 5. Great job by all our drivers out there tonight. Ritch Blake's going to get a sweet picture here. Definitely deserves him back here with the fans. You definitely see how they look. Great job by all these drivers here tonight. And we're going to go ahead and catch up with them in just a second. I want to see if Ritch Blake is going to fry the tires off that thing. So he definitely drove them off there. Great job by him. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Rob Yost will be our 3rd place finisher here tonight. Rob, man, what wild race this was here tonight, bud.
Yeah, 1 minute you're the bat, the next minute you're the ball, but took our shot there at the end.
Yeah, you finally get a podium shot here, man. Great job tonight. What was the biggest challenge, that you saw out there on the track tonight?
Some of the guys took 2 tires, and on the restarts, it just kind of jumbled everybody up. But once we got spread out, it was give and take. I don't know if you guys saw, I hit the grass once or twice and lost it, saved it. But other than that, just keep the car on track.
Yeah, definitely saw you slipping and sliding around there a little bit. I thought you were part of a 3-wide condition out there, but you were able to, survive and kind of squirt out of there, and you still stay your way toward the front and stay out of a lot of trouble here. Really, is there anything you could have done here tonight with Robertson, Bledsoe, and Ritch Blake here? I mean, these guys were super fast out there on the track. Is there anything you could have done to kind of, to kind of combat them throughout the race?
See, I'm fairly new to super late models. I usually run NASCAR trucks. So these cars are kind of like a different animal to me. It seems every time I get the top 5 or top 3 during a race, I get taken out or caught up. So just to finish third in my book is a home run.
All right, man, definitely. And these should be semi-comparable to the trucks. The trucks are very loose in the back end, and I find them very loose and very, very, very front-heavy. So hopefully some of that is able to transfer over.
A lot of it's throttle control and brake control. I've been running the World Outlaw qualifier races on Monday night. We're doing pretty well in that. And it's all throttle control. You can't just go wide open, 100% of the time.
All right, man. Well, third place finish here for you tonight. Hopefully we'll see more out of you in the upcoming weeks, man. There are only 4 more left in the season, so go ahead and give me your shout-outs and let's get you warmed up for those.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to get to Dover and Daytona, but I'd like to thank Customer Club. My brother Dustin owns the company. My brother Blair painted this car. Sean Kozier from Florida has Sparkle and Shine. All the Rat Pack boys back home, Duke, Corey, Madden, Blair, and all those boys, they help me every week in other series, and it pays off.
All right, Rob Yost in the 83. Great job tonight, bud, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you. Appreciate everything you do.
All right, everybody, that is Rob Yost. He seems to kind of really be awesome. Cool that he's happy he's in second. Some guys, like I'm sure Adam Robertson here, who can, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He's got to be a little frustrated at this point, trying to see if he can fight his way back toward the front. The 28 of Adam Robertson, I know you got a copy on me here, bud. Really, now that you've calmed down here a little bit and you still were able to get a second place finish, talk to me about this race here, man.
Well, I ain't gonna say calm down, but at least salvaged a second, so it worked out.
Yeah, both you and Randy Bledsoe kind of sent it here in the last 7 laps. Bledsoe fought his way all the way up into 4th. He almost had a podium position here tonight, but man, really on the track, dude, it was so many close quarter driving. Really is. I don't know what could have gone different here, bud.
I think sometimes a little more patience would have paid off with some, but I mean, they'll still come on second. And I gained some points tonight, so I guess I'm gonna have to take it and go on to the next one.
All right, bud. Well, I put a few different camera angles on the broadcast. Take a peek at it. I don't know if patience would kind of be the way I would say it. It was a battle of inches. I mean, there were some people who were like, I didn't see you were there, or somebody pushing a little bit, and then, somebody clipped the grass a little bit, and then ended up just kind of stacking up the rest of the field here, man. But you still come out here with a second place finish, and this will help you, especially with the pole you landed here tonight, kind of start reeling in Randy Bledsoe here.
Yeah, I think at the first deal I was in, maybe a little patience, because I was just trying to let my tires get warmed up, because it's pretty loose to start with. But, I mean, it is what it is. It all worked out, and I think he may have anticipated me getting off the corner a little better. He got a good run, so I'm just going to chalk that up to that. But, yeah, it's just like close quarters racing. That deal there at the end, me and Randy fighting, I about got into him because I was sliding off the corner. But I hate to say this. I was one of them that wanted the short tracks, but I'd be kind of glad to go back to 1.5 miles again.
Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you guys are heading to one of those here pretty soon. Only 1 mile, though. We're going to rotate you to Dover next week. How confident are you feeling at the Monster Mile?
I mean, our setups end up being pretty good regardless. So when you get to a track like that, we're all pretty even. So I think it'll be a good race next week.
All right, Adam Robertson, I believe we'll have to see on the points race as we come into next week after Robert Lynch goes ahead and gets all those squared away where you end up. I don't know if this collects you the lead, man. You were only behind by about 11 points starting tonight. But give me your shout-outs, man. Let's get you ready for Dover.
Thank Performance Distributors for sponsoring the league, Billy for putting it on, everyone out there we race with, and all the people who watch us every week. Hopefully put on a good show for y'all tonight.
All righty, Adam Robertson and the 28. Great job tonight, bud.
Thank you.
All right. Excellent job. Excellent job by the drivers out here tonight. That goes ahead and moves us straight to Ritch Blake in the 66 machine. 2 weeks in a row here, bud. 2 weeks in a row I've got you. Yeah, obviously the momentum's continuing.
Well, it is continuing until probably next week when Phil gets back. That's okay. That's all right, man. This old man's happy tonight.
All right, man. Like I said, Nashville Super Speedway, you won it. Here at North Wilkesboro, you have it. Dover's next week. First, let's talk about Dover a little bit. The concrete monster mile here. What are your biggest concerns going into that track?
Just incident points probably next week. That's a fast track, and everything happens real quick at Dover. I mean, real quick, because you're traveling a lot greater speeds than what we are here and stuff. But things happen quick here too, but at least you have some time to react. At Dover, you can tear up stuff real quick.
Yeah, 24 degrees of banking and a lot of tire wear on the right front is definitely to be expected. But here at North Wilkesboro, you come victorious. Man, really, was it just, I wouldn't say it was luck. Once again, you had another shot at your restarts. What was the key to success tonight?
Really, I didn't have anything for Austin or Robert at the start of the race. I had to run low right there at the first few laps, and it just chewed my tires up. I had nothing left. And then they got together. Caution came out, going to pits. I took 2 right side tires, and that made all the difference in the world. It freed the car up, and I didn't know if I was going to have enough to hold off the guys behind me, because the great talent behind me, and with Randy and Adam, they're both real good drivers, and they wore out their stuff too. So, and I know Randy went in at last, but that was too much to try to make up there at the end. So. Luck did play a great part of it for me tonight, and I'd have to say that.
All righty. Well, still a great job. We did take a look at kind of that 6th place. With 6 to go, Robertson kind of nudged you right on the back end, and you seemed to hold it together and then pull away right after that. That may have been his last run before you broke away. But once again, like I said, victorious 2 weeks in a row. If you could beat Phillips next week, you will tie his streak of 3 here so far, man.
Something would have to happen to him for me to be able to beat him, and it wouldn't be me beating him; it'd be me getting past him on something that happened. If he gets involved with another wreck or something like that. But as far as me outrunning him, I don't see me doing that.
That's all right, man. Keep your head up and keep charging on your way forward. But Rich, go ahead and give me your shout-outs, bud. Let's get you ready for Dover.
Oh, I'd like to thank Gearhead for they're back on the car this week. I'd like to thank my wife, Kimberly, for allowing me to do this and making this old guy happy. I'd like to thank Billy for putting this all together, and I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting it because you do an awesome job, Patrick. I'm very thankful for that.
Appreciate it, bud. I like seeing clean racing, bud, and somebody coming out with a clean race and a race win at that. But great job tonight here, Rich, and can't wait to catch up with you next week.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, everybody. Ritch Blake in the 66. Got it done here tonight. Great job there by him in the 66 machine. Like I said, let's take a little look here at the results, everybody. That way you can kind of see where everybody placed here tonight. Ritch Blake nailing it away. Robertson 2nd. Rob Yost 3rd. Randy Bledsoe fought his way back into 4th. And Richard Suddeth, after everything, got up into the 5th position. So he got a solid top 5. David Cox in the 6th. Matthew Barker into the 7th. Greg Myers in the 8th. Billy Stanley, oh man, just like I said, he was up there in the top 3 and then just got nudged out of it. And just was unable to fight all the way back into the top 5 again. So Billy Stanley ends up into the 9th position. 10th place ends up with Robert Lynch, and Austin Evans, I think, ended up getting DQ'd in the middle of the night. We'll have to check back in with Austin Evans next week after the steam kind of dies down a little bit, and see how it goes with him, see what his outlook is on Dover. But appreciate you guys once again out there in the chat. Heather, Kathy, Beth, all you guys, appreciate you joining us here for the GRaceLand Shootout Series. Find everything we're doing on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. That's where we're going to be. If you're unsure of my schedule, simtracksbroadcasting.com is where you can find it. But once again, be well, be safe, be kind. Bye, guys.